what you're looking at is just a simple chat interface, right? There's a model sitting underneath this, which we'll show in a second, but we have basically created an interface that allows you to just basically chat with your enterprise architecture data, right? So everything I've described earlier, service domains, linked to journeys, linked to applications, linked to projects, linked to your strategies, etc. So let's go back to our chief product officer and ask the question that is top of mind for them. I'll just paste that in here. So they are saying, what are my lowest scoring NPS journeys? Now, what this does, there's an agent, an AI agent, that is interpreting the question. It is connected to this graph model that we have at Enterprise. And based on the context it's picking up from the question, it's able to query the graph and work out, okay, is there journey data? Yes, there is. Okay, what can I learn about these journeys? How do I aggregate these insights? And so this first answer that's come back is really just focused on the journey data. It's nothing special yet, right? We haven't really taken advantage of the relationships. But what it is telling us is there are a number of journeys that have low net promoter scores. So if we look at the ones in red, dispute resolution, payment difficulty, business lending, these are your bottom performers in terms of customer journeys, right? And you can see the net promoter score. So we already know where to start focusing, right? We've got these three journeys that are, underperforming quite a bit. And we can see a breakdown, right? This is just getting the data out of your enterprise, existing enterprise data. So we can see that these journeys, what customer segment they sit in, what their NPS score is. We can see the customer conversion rate. We can see the digital adoption rate. So we can get a breakdown of data, and of course through the chat we can query and ask for more things if we want it, right? And there's a raft of other insights that this will provide, right? But if I focus on this, and if I go, okay, as the chief product officer, I now know straight away that I've got three journeys that are in trouble. My next question would be, let me just bring up my chat. Yeah, my next question would be what we asked in the slide, which is, what are the root causes? Now, in this case, I can be specific in my prompt and say, because I know that dispute resolution, payment difficulty, and payment difficulty assistance and business lending are the lowest performing journey stages, I can now, in my back and forth with the AI and my architecture, I can say, what are the root causes of these low performing journeys? And I'll specifically name them: dispute resolution, payment difficulty assistance, and business lending. Now, once again, the AI is able to interpret the question, but more importantly, it's using the relationships that we have in our underlying model to traverse and identify from incident data what is causing these low NPS scores. And the reason it can do that is because these journeys are connected to service domains and the incidents are connected to service domains. So we're using the BIAN service domain as those stable anchor points for these relationships to be meaningful and to be accurate. So what this is telling us is we have a set of journey stages. So within those three journeys, we've got stages like, there's a stage for financial documentation, a stage for credit analysis, a stage for needs assessment. And we can see what the drop-off rate and the manual intervention rate are, because those are two very good indicators of why people might be annoyed, right? And so we can get a more meaningful breakdown of the three journeys we just talked about. So business lending was one of them. And it says here, the AI has been able to look at the data and say, you have a number of challenges. The financial documentation journey stage is showing a 20% drop-off rate. If you look at, if it correlates that with the incidents that have been raised against this journey stage, and can see that the incident causes include process gaps, system limitations, training gaps, and data quality. And so it's able to break that down into a sort of a more actionable breakdown that allows you to focus on what you need to fix. So in business lending, you can see financial documentation by far and away has the highest number of incidents. The others, sure, there are some other challenges, but as the chief product officer, if I just want to kind of fix my biggest burning platform, I would go for the financial documentation stage. Similarly, payment difficulty assistance, same thing, right? It's able to go and look at the journey stages. And in this case, it's identified that the financial assessment journey stage requires 75% manual intervention. And again, it's got root causes, right? So, and lastly, the dispute resolution journey. So we get similar insights there. Now, it can also, because it's AI and it's interpreted your intent and it's looking at the context of the overall chat, it's able to say, let me give you some more information that might help you with narrowing down your problem, right? So here's a comprehensive view of all the incidents that are affecting the lowest performance journey stages and the severity levels and associated service domains. So here I can start to get some more insight into each of these journey stages, the kind of the pain, the drop off rate. I can see what service domain is linked to that journey stage, and hence I can see what the root cause of the customer satisfaction issue is. So this breakdown is extremely helpful in formulating, okay, what should I do about this? And it can only be obtained because we have invested in the relationship of the various enterprise data into a living model that can be not just viewed and printed, but it can be interrogated. You can drill in further. I can ask a question around, give me a further insight to the financial documentation journey stage and what sub processes are involved if I have that data mapped, or give me the breakdown of the incidents and the owners of these incidents, or give me the business unit these incidents are associated with. So there's a lot of interrogation that I can do, right?